Sure, I would do honestly.
Can't find it here. Please send it to me. No. What's wrong? I found it. So yesterday, the 17th of July, the minister wrote again to the chairperson, says, "Dear Honorable Chairperson, request for reconsideration of appearance before the Portfolio Committee on 18 July 2025. I'm quoting everything. It says, I write in response to your letter dated 15 July regarding my scheduled appearance before the Portfolio Committee on 18 July 2025. At the outset, I reaffirm my profound respect for the National Assembly and the vital oversight role of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education. I'm acutely mindful of my constitutional duties as a cabinet minister under Section 92, subsection 2 of the Constitution, and remain fully committed to the principles of transparency and accountability to Parliament. However, I respectfully appeal for the committee's reconsideration of my request for a rescheduling of the session. I'm required to attend a stakeholder engagement focused on gender-based violence prevention and awareness and leadership capacity development within the higher education and training sector / TVETs, a program that was reallocated to this date following the non-authorization of the Minister of Higher Education and Training state visit to the People's Republic of China. This GBV engagement, involving student leaders, institutions, civil society organizations, and the department, addresses one of the most serious and systemic challenges affecting our post-school institution, especially young women. As a minister, I've made the prevention of GBV a strategic and moral priority within the post-school education and training sector, consistent with government's broader commitment. I acknowledge and do not diminish the importance of the committee's follow-up deliberations concerning the appointment process of Seta Accounting Authority chairpersons. I remain ready to appear, to clarify, and fully account on this matter. However, I respectfully request the committee to reconsider rescheduling the session to a mutually agreeable date in the following week, preferably 22 or 23 July 2025, taking cabinet commitments into account. This will enable me to participate meaningfully in both engagement without compromising either constitutional or stakeholders' obligation. Alternatively, I'm willing to make myself available for a virtual appearance after 5 or 1700 hours on either the 18th, which is today, or the 19th, tomorrow, should this assist the committee in maintaining its program whilst accommodating this critical GBV event. This request is made in good faith and not as an act of avoidance. Should the committee feel compelled to explore the use of other mechanisms such as subpoena, I must respectfully note that the public expenditure already committed towards the GBV program will regrettably be rendered wasteful, an outcome I believe we all seek to avoid. Chairperson, I remain at the committee's full disposal to agree on revised date or format for my appearance. And I recommit to corporate governance, sectoral accountability, and service to our people. Thank you for your consideration and continued leadership. Yours faithfully, signed by the Minister of Higher Education and Training. So this is the background, members, that I wanted to, let's put our hands down. Let's not, So this is the background that I wanted to give members so that we are all on the same page. And then this morning, I received an email from DDG Ngwenya, who wrote to us just after midnight. You remember that DDG Ngwenya had written to us I'm getting serious advice here from. So DDG Ngwenya wrote to us. You remember that she had written to us that she will come. So she wrote to us this morning. So there's a part that I'm not going to read here because I think it's a personal part which I don't think we must put here, but I'll read other parts. So she wrote to us and says, "Dear Honorable Chair, I write to extend my sincere apologies for not being able to attend the Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 18 July 2025. Please be assured that this apology is not in any way intended to convey disrespect or defiance towards the authority of Honorable Chairperson or Honorable members of the committee. My travel to Cape Town was approved in anticipation of attending the PC scheduled for 16 and 18 respectively. I traveled on Tuesday, 15 July, as per the approved itinerary, which is attached for your reference." So this one I'm going to skip because it speaks about personal things. On the evening of the 15th of July, 2025, an email was circulated from the Office of the Director General indicating that the Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 18 July has been cancelled, as the Minister had submitted an apology and consequently departmental support will not be required. I subsequently sought clarification regarding our attendance, particularly for those of us who had received direct invitations from the Honorable Chairperson. However, no clear directive was issued from the Office of the Director General. A follow-up email later advised that we should remain on standby as the committee had requested the Honorable Minister to reconsider her apology. We informed that a final decision will be communicated in due course. In compliance with this instruction, I remained in Cape Town on standby throughout 16 July 2025. By 11:30 on 17 July 2025, no further communication had been received from the DG's office. Considering the financial implication, I sought permission from the Acting Director General to cancel my continued stay in Cape Town and return to Pretoria. This request was approved by the Acting Chief Financial Officer, and I subsequently rebooked on an afternoon flight, a return flight to OR Tambo International Airport. Unfortunately, official communication confirming the continuation of the Portfolio Committee meeting was only received while I was already mid-air en route to Johannesburg and was only able to see it upon landing. At that point, it was no longer feasible to return to Cape Town on the same day. This situation was further compounded by a personal arrangement made earlier in the day regarding my personal issue. So that's what he said. I apologize profusely and sincerely regret any inconvenience this may have caused. Your kind consideration of the above is greatly appreciated. So those would have been that would have been the background that I wanted to give. a few things that I want you to highlight as I'm going to give you to come speak. One would be to note that there would have been a letter from within the department coming from the Office of the Director General informing those in the department that our meeting has been cancelled, which we've never cancelled any meeting. Very disturbing. Number two is that one of the panelists, Asisi Pesolane, even after being reminded, has decided to blue tick us, has never said anything, no apology, no confirmation, nothing. Number three, the minister is requesting that she can make herself available between 22 and 23 won't work because 23 were voting for appropriations. So the minister is making herself available for the 22nd of July, which is next week Tuesday. Like I said, I got the email late yesterday. I've not responded to it because it was late yesterday. I decided I'll table it here for consideration. So members must help us get to a reasonable conclusion on the matter, so that when we communicate something that is reasonable. So those are the three issues I'm tabling before you. So one is that, I had accepted the apology of the Chief of Staff because she had attached a medical certificate, and the medical certificate had indicated that she's been booked off sick until today. So these are the issues that when I note you, I want you to help us to conclude on what do we do, the way forward on each of them. One is the apology of Dr. Ngwenya or DDG Ngwenya, Ms. Rulane Ngwenya, indicates that the Office of the Director General had communicated that our meeting has been postponed. And we've never communicated such. What do we do there? One, when you speak, I want you to speak on those few things, and then we'll get into the number two. Asisi Pesolane blue ticked. Yeah, you know this thing of Bluetooth, ne? No, you see this thing of Bluetooth. I was transferring somebody something with Bluetooth, so they stuck with me. Blue ticked us. What do we do there? And then the request of the minister. What do we do with the request of the minister? So, okay, I'll write here. So when you speak, I want you to concentrate on these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are only three issues that we are going to speak on. So I'm going to time you to maximum 4 minutes to speak on these three issues. So I'll go this way. I'll start with you, Khabo, followed you with Khakao, Desiree, Mkize, Zondo, Nkabane, Souls, Lonzi, and Low. Who is younger? Oh, younger is younger, Low and younger. Ungathi angikuboni futhi yabo. Ya uyehlise lento leyo uyibeke. Honorable Khabo.
No, thank you very much, Chair. I'm not sure if you are able to protect me from the sound that is coming from the back, Chair. Can you also protect me from the honorable member next to me here, Chair? And Chair, let me appreciate the presentation and welcome all members of the panel who have managed to avail themselves. It's appreciated. It's also a demonstration of the respect for the rule of law. That one I thought I must indicate it first and foremost, because from where I'm sitting, those who did not come to this meeting, it's a clear demonstration for disrespecting the rule of law in its processes. Second thing, Chair, that I wanted to raise, firstly, I must indicate in this meeting that the minister is not in any position to tell us whether must we postpone the meeting or not. In fact, it must be indicated in this meeting that this portfolio committee will not operate based on the availability of the minister. Thirdly, it must be reaffirmed that this meeting will continue whether the minister is there or not, precisely because of this, not for the first meeting that we had postponed due to the unavailability of the minister. Now, going straight to the issue that you had presented before us in terms of the process that you had followed, Chairperson. One, we firstly need to take into consideration the fact that the DG has misrepresented the committee by saying that the meeting has been postponed when the meeting has not been postponed. In fact, to a large extent, it's problematic that the DG will postpone a meeting that he himself has not convened. That must be taken into consideration. But second to that, Chairperson, it must be noted that the actions of the DG, in a way, they are disrupting the smooth running of this committee. And I would suggest that we must also take into consideration with the facts that are before us. The DG, not only the minister, it's one of the people who has misled this committee. Maybe I must remind this committee that the DG has also indicated that he was not involved in any process that led to the appointment of the panel. But the facts that are before us are demonstrating that the DG was involved. And with that being said, Chairperson, I would propose that the DG, as much as I would also propose that the minister, unfortunately, in a way, she seems not to be understanding her powers. She seems not to be understanding the role of the portfolio committee in terms of playing oversight. She seems to be punching way above her weight and clearly not aligned or having an understanding of the parliamentary accountability ecosystem. I would also propose that, Chair, both the minister and the DG must be subjected to all processes that are outlined in the, where is that act that you like using, Chairperson? Let me speak of the powers and privileges and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislature, Act number 4 of 2004. Specifically dealing with chapter 3 of it and chapter 4, if not mistaken. Chapter 4 dealing with disciplinary actions against members who are in contempt of parliament. And my understanding and interpretation of that is both the minister and the DG, they are guilty of such act as outlined in chapter 3 and chapter 4. The last issue that I wanted to indicate, Chairperson, so my proposal is that we must subject them to that process as outlined. Secondly, I wanted to deal with Mr. Asisipo. You know this, Mr. Asisipo. Thank you, Chairperson.
Khafam.
Kelebo Chairperson, 3 things. 1, Minister Nkabane or that which is problematic. You don't need to read hard as to what's going on here. It is very clear to see. My understanding is that TVET colleges are the delegation of DM Manamela, unless things have changed. But if TVET colleges are a delegated function of one of Minister Nkabane's deputy ministers, there's absolutely no reason why the minister must be in the Eastern Cape herself. The same, because right now, 2 deputy ministers are sitting here who do not have any constitutional authority to appoint Seta board chairpersons, let alone convene a panel to advise them on that appointment. Essentially, we're sitting with 2 deputy ministers here who are not responsible for nothing, essentially unable to tell us anything that we need, because the person who's going to be able to tell us and who must be able to tell us what's going on is Minister Nkabane. And her being evasive in this process is not only a spit in our faces, because it's a waste of our time, but it's also a spit in the faces of the people of this country who depend on a ministry that's going to function properly, with a minister who understands their role as far as integrity is concerned and as far as conducting the affairs of ministry honestly. She is blatantly and clearly evading accountability here, and we see this. So that must be recorded, that this is something that is not acceptable. And if a minister who, according to the ethical code of conduct of members of the executive, can decide on which day she wants to come and account on which day she wants, then not only must the deputy president deal with him, but it maintains the point of why President Ramaphosa must fire Nobuhle Nkabane. That point must just remain clear there. But another thing here is important. As far as the letter that DGC she sent, the letter that was sent by the Director General, I'm sure that Mabuza Nkabane would have also received it. But he's here. So I'm struggling unless there's something I don't understand. If a DG sends a letter that goes to the entire department cancelling a meeting, and one of the staffers decides to follow the letter, then maybe Ntate Nkabane must now tell us how he is here and how Rulani Ngwenya is not here. And also, I don't take kindly to that letter either, because the people who invited her to this meeting are not her department. She wasn't coming here to account on departmental business, as is usually the agenda item that says the department must come and therefore this is the delegation. She was invited here on the basis of Minister Nkabane saying she sat on the panel. So the people that she was supposed to consult about whether the meeting is taking place or not is yourself and Anele Kabingez, and not Director Sish. So I'm not buying that at all. It doesn't smell right. It smells very fraught. And I think it's something that we must be able to interrogate its absolute truth. The bottom line still remains, in conclusion, Chairperson, that if Advocate Terumutau is able to be here, Ntate Mabuza Nkabane is able to be here today, the only person who, if indeed she's sick and she's dying in a hospital bed, unable to come here, would be the minister's chief of staff. But nobody else has an excuse to not come. But even the minister's chief of staff not appearing looks shady, because you can't have your minister, her chief of staff, and her advisor, all 3 unavailable to come and account for a web of lies that were concocted in that office.
Honorable van der Walt, when you come, the 2 colleagues have not assisted us. I said to you, let's leave political statements won't help us. I've asked 3 questions. How do we move?
Can we call order, Chair?
You're calling order on what?
On you, Chair.
What is the order?
I mean, we are making a submission. The next thing you are telling us that we are not helpful. When our submissions have responded to the 3 questions that you have put in before us, what are you saying, in fact?
That's not the point of order. Honorable van der Walt, there's 3 questions here on what do we do. Number 1, what do we do? We've got the allegations from the DDG indicating that they've received. What do we do from the DG? Number two, we've got the advisor to the minister was not responded to us. What do we do? We've got the appeal of the minister asking us to reconsider having a meeting with her on a different date, preferably on Tuesday, the 22nd. Let's respond to those things so that when we make conclusions, we make conclusion based on those particular things. Honorable van der Walt.
Yeah, Chair. Let me start off by saying on the DG. I think the DG, and Chair, you will recall on more than one occasion, we told this committee in the presence of the minister and the DG and various DDGs, etc., that we are not in the 6th Parliament, we're in the 7th Parliament, and we will not leave the same legacy as the previous, and that I actually asked, and another colleague, I think Honourable Khabu also in some way said, that the previous minister and the DG must be summoned to appear before us for what they left to the 7th Parliament. Now today I'm saying, first of all, the DG is quite correct. DG has got zero authority to talk on behalf of this committee or intervene in correspondence to staff across the department, speaking on behalf of you, Chair, and this committee. I feel that the DG, who sat next to the minister in that long Friday, the 30th, I think it was, advising the minister what to say and how to respond to our questions, which was unacceptable, and I think on various occasions they were called to order during that meeting. And Chairperson, he gets appointed by a higher authority, and I think you should write to the higher authority, put a great explanation on why that DG must be fired from this department. He is not contributing. It's a year since the last election in the 7th Parliament. He's not contributing. And may I add, on the instruction to staff not to appear and that meetings were cancelled, I want to emphasize that he should be made very aware that he or anybody else in his department should not intimidate that staffer or official to come and do as the committee summons, because quite correctly, this committee has got the authority to summons anybody to appear, and we don't want to see officials being intimidated. On the minister has not only got a DM on TVET, she also has a DM on GBV, which has been very active, and we just saw it on Wednesday in our committee presentation. So I will never ever downplay GBV or our students for that matter, because we are here for them. But there are 2 DMs here in both what is affected on her apology that could have gone there. She's the one who should have sit here and not the 2 DMs. It's unacceptable. And she has to, Chair, she cannot go publicly like in the media again. She doesn't know about all these things about her and that she might be fired. She knows damn well. And she should be held account by the president who appointed her, and I think we must write to the president about the minister's behavior again. She's avoiding us because she's guilty. There's no other reason. Chairperson, and on the 22nd, surely she knows so much that she doesn't even know we have an appropriation bill on a Wednesday, the 23rd. So let's summon her on the 22nd on condition that if she is still the minister on that day, she has no right for leave of absence from that. Otherwise, that summons means nothing. She will just have another excuse because she became like a PhD in how to write apologies on the last minute. It's not acceptable at all. And with that, I hope I help you by saying summons her on condition. And I think that summons must go further than just her office. And the DG must come with her, not other officials who I must echo what colleagues have said. Thank you to those who did pitch. But if there's intimidation by the DG and others in this department, we'll get to them too. Thank you, Chair.
Kiza.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, blue ticking us is firstly rendering this committee useless. In the process of that, making it not possible to facilitate proper governance and fight corruption. At the same time, facilitate change that is needed by the people on the ground, because our main client is the people on the ground. So neglecting and compromising the people's mandate by blue-ticking the committee, which is meant to support the department, government at large, in pursuit of transformation and redress of issues on the ground, is serious injustice. I'm aware, Chair, that even the MK party has written so many letters to the minister without responses. And this committee is here for the purpose to make sure that the right thing is done at the right time, the right way, the right place. So if you blue tick it, you are actually undermining the state itself. So I move, Chair, that whatever mechanism is there to make people respect this parliament and its committees, respect the people, such mechanism has to be activated. Thank you, Chair.
Well, thank you very much. Madam Kiza. Only spoke on one item. Zondo.
No, thanks, Chair. I think we'll start on the one for
Put mic closer.
I start on the one for DG. I'm still battling, Chair, to balance my mind on whether the communication made by the DG the communication made by the DG was officially so or something. Why I'm saying so? It's because we called someone straight, not via the department. And he get a notification to say there's no meeting now from the DG, whereas he was not invited by the DG. So that's why I'm saying I'm failing to balance in my mind to say, is the DG on the wrong side here? We'll look at that part that touches the DG. But in terms of the DG communicating that the meeting is not sitting, I think the recipient of that communication is the one who got a problem, because we are supposed to check with you, Chair, or Anele, you know. So on that one, I think the person who's playing with us here is the one who was receiving this communication. Okay. The issue of the minister, I will second Honorable to say, let's give a Tuesday. Why so? It's because it will be the last date that we are giving her as the committee. Because now I don't know what she is trying to do, because you can't run forever. In fact, lies have short legs. That's why now we're here. And for me, Chair, I don't see, unless we'll say if we are continuing with this meeting, we are saying that we are holding a first half, then it's gonna be a second half, because that will be it. Because we want all of them, so that we'll deal with this matter once and for all. You know, so I'm begging to say, if we are continuing with this meeting, we are saying we have a first half with not a complete team, because even the panel is not all here. It's another case that the minister decided not to come. So on the issue of the minister, I think let's give it Tuesday as a final day. If she fails to appear before the committee, then I don't know what is the next step, Chair, from us before the president. We'll take that route to say we are done. If he decide to keep the minister as the minister, she will account to the president alone, because she can't account to us. He proved that beyond reasonable doubt that she doesn't respect this committee. I don't know if you have to come and give us all a high five here to say that I don't respect you, but he done it. I think I've covered your 3 points. Which one is left? Oh, the one that is Bluetoothing you, Chair. No, I think, Chair, we need to set the tone, Chair. Whoever, what do you call this thing? So to take us for granted, we need to take legal actions, very serious. For everybody who, when they look in this committee or any other committees of parliament, people must respect committees of parliament. So we must take strong legal action against that person. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks a lot, Chair. I think, we woke up, all of us here, prepared to come and do the work of the parliament as members of parliament voted by our constituency to come and hold the department accountable. So it's disappointing to be at this stage, Chair. So I think we're at a stage where the Department of Higher Education has never, ever been first of its kind. So no one has seen this nonsense that is happening today. Two, and then the chief of staff and the advisor to the minister is clear that the minister is pulling the string on what they must answer, the blue ticking and all those stuff. So we need to go a legal route of getting our answer on those ones, because it's clear. Remember, they're reporting to the minister. It means it's minister who told them that go there, don't go there, or do whatever you want to do. So we need to go to the legal route. The DG part, it means he's now trying as well to comply to the boss by dictating and disrupting the meeting that is called by the committee. My worry, Chair, is on Rulane, because you can see now within the department there is a bullying. Now the staff will start to be bullied and threatened, and their jobs will be at risk because there is someone who's decided to be the boss of everyone. So there is that problem. I don't know how we're going to continue, Chair, with one DDG here and one member who advocate Motau here when the other members are not here. We will be interrogating a half-baked cake. So, because we've read all of their letters, it's clear. So for me to continue, I don't know. The committee must decide whether we continue or not, because it's clear there's a defiance. So which means we must go a legal route on fighting against that. And now we're at the mercy of the president to help us to the person who is reporting to him. So those are the major contribution, Chair. For the blue ticking one and the one that didn't come, we must go the legal route. We, as a portfolio committee, we want to start to look at protecting the staff under the DDG. There is that thing that's going to happen now, because it's clear others know the real responsibility of the portfolio committee, that we are bound by law to subpoena everyone, doesn't matter. And they are here because they respect, they've been serving this committee for years. They know what it means to be subpoenaed by the committee, that you must be here. So I think that's what we need to do, Chair, in that nutshell. That's my contribution. Thanks.
Chairperson, Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, he says, the person who clings to falsehoods or refuses to acknowledge error suffers more in the long run than the one who is willing to learn and grow. The blue ticking, the DG's actions, those are just distractions. Our goal our goal is not to worry about our egos being blue ticked or not. Those are minor issues. Ours is to hold the executive accountable. It is not about the minister appearing before the committee. It is about the minister answering South Africans for her actions. Let's keep our eyes on the goal, the process of accountability. Therefore, we'll wait. If it's the 22nd, I will only participate in a meeting where the minister is present and all that was involved. So, 22nd, Chairperson, let's meet with the minister on the 22nd and hold her accountable for her actions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Hold on, Lonzi. I want to start this thing. It's going to start now and you think I'm sabotaging your time. You can go ahead.
No, thanks, Chair. I don't think I'm going to be long. I think maybe to pick up from what Honorable Saul said is that there seems to be a forgetting of what really the main fight was about here from the start. And the fight was about having our sitters do the work that they are supposed to do. Ensuring that we've got the correct people who are appointed to our sitters, ensuring that we deal with the corruption in our sitters, ensuring that the comrades who are connected, the corrupt officials and all of those are uprooted from our sitters so that our sitters can be able to serve the youth of South Africa. When we woke up this morning, Chair, we woke up to statistics which said the South African Police Service advertised 5,500 posts for young people to participate in the training program. And as shocked as we all were, 927,000 young people applied to just 5,000 posts. So it means at least more than 920,000 young people in South Africa are not going to be in education, are not going to be in employment, and they're not going to be in training, the so-called NEET youth. Now, that is the gap that the sitters is supposed to fill, because the billions and the millions that our government invests, the budgets that were being debated and are going to be voted on, those monies are supposed to be used to upskill our youth, to train our youth, and to ensure that they are placed in the necessary firms. I mean, we know the corruption that happens. For example, if we look at what happens in the construction sitters, we see how big business is able to take budgets, not necessarily to train young people, but to cut production costs. Because if I'm a construction company and I'm paying a workforce of 200 people, and then I convince or I trick government that I'm going to train 100 young people, I'm cutting costs, because it means now there are going to be 100 laborers who are going to be paid by government under the guise of the sitters. So that is the main cause here. But of course, on the way, we then reach this major stumbling block, of a department that is unwilling to take accountability and a ministry that is unwilling to take accountability of that particular work. So I just wanted to remind us, Chair, of where really this fight is coming from. But as I said, I won't be long. On the DG, I think, Chair, the DG must be called to come and explain why he would send out an email cancelling our meeting, because it's a meeting of Parliament. Not even a state president can cancel a meeting of Parliament. If the Speaker of Parliament were to call a meeting and the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, must come to the meeting, as powerful as he is, commanding the South African Defence Force and all of that, not even a state president can cancel a meeting of Parliament. That's why we've got the separation of powers. That's why we've got the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. It doesn't happen. So for a mere DG to think that he can cancel a meeting of Parliament, I think that he must be called to account, Chair, and we'll give him our comments when he's here. Although very reluctant, I think I'll agree with Honorable Sauls. The 22nd of July is next week, Tuesday. So it's just, if we don't count the weekend, it's just one business day. And then I think let's, if members agree, let's push our meeting to the 22nd so that the minister can be present. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. The president is not just the commander of the SNDF, is the commander of the armed and the disarmed forces, the real CIC. Honorable Low.
No, thanks, Chair. I think, Chair, we've been dragging for about 3 months with regard to this issue.
Chair, you omitted me again.
No, I've noted you after Honorable Law. Sorry, Honorable Law. Let me start your time. What? Somebody disrupting me.
Okay, Chair. As I was saying, Chair, while you are dealing with the time issue, let me... Chair, first and foremost, we would have requested that the minister must finish us with minutes, reports, and everything for us to could have convened this meeting, which we did not receive as a portfolio committee. Secondly, Chair, without having to want to fall into a trap where I'll be told we did not answer the questions. First and foremost, I want to echo the same sentiments that the minister must be sent straight right forward all the evidence to the Ethics Committee to deal with the matter without having to hesitate. Because we've been dragging, we've written letters, we've taken all the steps as the committee. And I think the Parliament give us the obligation to refer such a matter to the Ethics Committee so that we can be able to deal with the behavior and the ethical conduct that we have observed as the members of Parliament, 1. 2, I want us to agree that for those that been critiquing us, there must be someone in this Parliament so that they are able to come and reply and respond to issues. And 3, I want us to afford the panelists who are here today an opportunity to respond to our questions so that as we compile our report, referring it to Ethics Committee with regard to what we have, it becomes solid. And then as we are going to summon the 3 panelist members who are able to get a solid report that gives directive as to what we want to attain. We can't forever drag the matter at the expense of the students who are suffering, not getting their allowances. We have seen lately now, NSFAS has released a statement to say they want to verify the private providers as to are they going to be paid or what. And yet our female students are yet to pay to their bodies because they have been abused, because they don't have the means to pay for what is expected from them. So for those who do not come to the DG, because I know Ethics Committee to its act, for those who are come to Parliament can be also drawn to the committee. So it is quite important that we summon the DG, we summoned the DG Rulani, we summoned Solane to come and account here and strictly refer the matter of the minister to Ethics Committee. Because I can tell you, Chair, by the time we are going to even call the minister on the 22nd, we might have another issue that the minister might not be able to appear to Parliament. Now, fair enough For progress sake for this parliament, I want to recommend that we take the Minister to Ethics Committee together with the DG, because the DG is accountable to Parliament, and then we proceed with the meeting where we are going to have to ask the questions as to was there a process, because we have read letters, we receive letters, and it's only important if we get clarity on a record purpose so that we're able to assist Parliament. So I don't want to wish to waste time. Those are my proposal to the committee, and I would wish that we proceed with the panelists who are here to clarify. Thanks, Chair.
Younger.
Thanks, Chair. You really don't need to time me. I will be very short. But I think I will concur with the speaker that just landed. We must at least give the panelists that are here time to present their side of the story. Even though, Chair, it's very time consuming, because thinking about it, we will have first round and second half of this one meeting that we're supposed to sit. When we speak of the DG's case, I think DG ngumuntu nje talented. He's a stronghold of being. I always think the DG is a security guy. Wherever the minister is, the DG is there. So I thought maybe he was a VIP protection of some sort. Now he has powers to stop our meeting. I think he's a very talented guy. If you ask why are you always following the minister, it's because he supports the minister. But when the minister is seated there, can't respond, he's not there to support. So we must summon the DG, and he must give clarity why did he send the communique that he sent to this person that we called in this house. And thirdly, Chair, the meeting on Tuesday can sit only if the minister is here. I think maybe we will need to escalate this issue once and for all. The minister must come and account so that we end this business. We can't be running around discussing this issue for the whole year, whereas we have real issues out there that we need to respond to. There was a case that I was reading, Chairperson, that was sent to the committee by a student of UNIS. There are many that we need to deal with, and we have to deal with one problem that needs to be accounted for by one person who just does not want to come and answer. Maybe, Chair, with the powers invested in you, you must make sure that Tuesday she must come, and her people, they must come and account, see Valele topic, so that we start with the new term, with new things, because this thing here has gone long, way too long. And you know, when you are following Karabo, you just know that, oh, Honorable Karabo, that this thing here must be closed. We are tired. We are really tired. But to DG, and if one, he can stop following the minister and do his work, and two, and stop being a member of parliament. He has never been elected by any voters of South Africa, so he has no obligation to intervene on how we run our meetings. And the minister must not do it also, because we are seeing now she's trying to guide on how and when to sit the meeting. It must not be allowed by this committee or by anyone in this manner. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much, colleagues. Yeah, Tuesday won't work as well. Because plenary starting at 10. We just checked now. Okay, so let's close the
Chair,
thing.
may I, before you conclude, just ask a clarity question on something you presented before you respond?
You had a chance to speak.
Yeah, but my bell didn't go. Your bell didn't go. Now, just a clarity.
Okay, there's a.
Thank
Just
you, Chair.
because-
You
just-
look very enthusiastic.
No, just because here in the committee, it's only you and I who are older, so I'm only allowing you.
Oh, well. Chair, now, in the letter, the apology of the minister, you read that she referred to the wasteful expenditure or the cost matter, am I right? So I want to support that those who are here present because people incurred costs. But the minister is causing wasteful expenditure. She mustn't refer us to that when she's causing it.
Okay, that's these days you are very strong with political statements. Desiree. The Honorable Zondo, you don't want me to conclude what you have just said, to summarize, or you forgot something?
I think, Chair, we have two proposals.
No, so allow me to summarize. So you want to summarize the two proposals?
No, it's because now you have given us an information that Tuesday.
No,
know,
hold on. I'll summarize.
Okay.
Don't worry. So we'll do it this way, colleagues. I think when I look at the majority of you agree that we must get to the end of this process. And the majority of you are saying it's only the minister who will help us get to the bottom of this. So even though her plea letter had indicated 22 or 23, the dates that are not available, I'm going to check with the chair of chairs. I know Thursday is caucus days, and that will be the first available day. So I'm going to check with the chair of chairs. If caucuses, political parties have got their caucuses, then we'll apply to sit at 2, but we must be prepared to leave at night. It might be earlier because we'll be done with the 2 panelists. We'll not request them to come back. So majority of you are saying we must bring her back. So the first, so it means from here I must speak to her before I apply. The Thursday or Friday. Hold on, Desiree. I'm reading the majority of members said they want to conclude this thing with the minister. That's what your numbers are saying. Majority of you. So this is the good thing about democracy. Democracy says you'll vote left. I mean, you see, Honorable Lonzi got 9%, and he must accept it. That the people voted, it said 1994 or 2024. 2024 is our 94. They got 9%. Put your hand down, I'll give you guys after. I'm summarizing the views here of the people who said what in the meeting. Majority are saying we must consider giving her a thing to come back to speak on this matter. That is one. And I'm saying the 22nd and the 23rd is not available. We will apply for Thursday, but Thursday is normally a caucus in the morning. I know we don't have a sitting in the afternoon. It's okay. Or Friday next week, so that we close the matter, right? And then the overwhelming majority of you are saying we must summon the Director General to explain his role on a number of issues. We must summon Assisi Pesolani for not responding to us, and we must summon Ms. Rulani Ngwenya to explain this thing with the DG. We will also invite Nelisiwe Simane, because at least some of you has accepted the apology. I mean, you know, when we don't have proof of somebody faking something, we must not make it a reality that there's such a thing. So then we had 2 members who said, in the meantime, we must send the minister to ethics on evading parliament. If we're agreeing that we're bringing the minister to come before the committee, I don't think it will be wise to take it to ethics on evading. And I agree with members that minister, we must have a strong word with the minister that she can't tell us how to or when to have our meetings. We communicated this meeting with the minister last week, Thursday, on the 10th. And she only responded after we're reminding them on Tuesday that she may not be available. We did not agree with that apology. And she sent a message later, yesterday, just at the close of business yesterday. So I do agree with the members who are saying we can't have telling us how to run our meetings. So a majority of you, I mean, including, I can count you who said we must give it a second chance. Desiree was the first one. Kize, Zondo, Nkabane, Souls, Honorable Lonzi, and Honorable Governor who said we must bring her only if she's available. So 7 members here out of 10 of you indicated that we must bring the minister back. So when we summarize your views. These are your views on bringing her back. And then we are going to conclude that way on this specific matter that I've noted you put your hand down. I've noted you, I'll call you. And from there we will, obviously the 22nd and 23rd is not available. And then others were going to process in that fashion. So Honorable Khabo, what was your point of order?
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Chair, it is my strong view that you are misinterpreting our submissions in terms of your face value analysis as to what informs our view. The majority view here, and I would want to propose that you must subject it to voting. The majority view is that the minister must be subjected to ethics committee, not convene another meeting to come and sit here and expect the minister to respond to things that we know.
Okay.
So it is my view and propose that to divide the house so that we do not rely on filtered.
No problem. Close your mic. I've read you the number of people, called them by name, the number of people who have proposed that the minister must be called back. It's not unfiltered, it's not filtered. I'm going to read them again to you. Hold on, hold on, put your hands down. Hold on, you see democracy, no? This is how democracy works. Hold on. Honorable Governor supported that the minister must be brought in. She said, the rider there, only if she's available. That's what she said. But the submission is that the minister must be brought back here. That is number one. Number two, Honorable Lonzi said here, and if I call your name and you did not say what I'm saying, you must then indicate so that, because don't try to tell me what the other person say and that person is not raising their hand. Honorable Lonzi said we bring her back, right? Number three, Honorable Souls said we bring, obviously we started with a very powerful quote, but she said we bring her back. You count, in the meantime, it's three. Honorable Nkabane, apart from saying yes, there's bullying and all of that, but we bring her back to close this matter. Honorable Zondo indicated that yes, we're being undermined by the office of the DG and people who are blue-ticking us, but the minister will bring her back, but we bring all of them back. His issue was we don't continue with the two, we bring all of them back. We don't have round one and round two, but he says we bring her back. Zondo, hold on. Yeah.
Thanks, Chair. I think that's why I raised my hand that time to say, when we are saying Tuesday is not available, then let's take it, because we are dealing with a calculated undermining strategy here. Minister knows that next week he won't be available. She won't be available. Let's take her to ethics. That you heard me correct when I said, because I don't want this to present today.
Yeah.
Then let's wait for the minister for Tuesday.
Yeah.
But after you've gathered that Tuesday also is not available, then I up my mind to say this is a calculated strategy.
Hold on. So what I'm reading is what you said, right? What I'm reading here is what you said, which is the point I'm making. So you are now saying you want to spoil your ballot on what you have said here. That's what you are now saying. It's a different matter. Honorable Nkabane, what was your hand?
Chair, I think you've quoted me correctly. I want you to add, because there is something similar to Honorable Zondo, which I said specifically. If we continue today, we will be dealing with a half-baked cake, which will be useless to us, which means I then said it will be useless to carry on with interviewing those ones because all of them are not here. Please, if you can add that. But on all what you've said, you've quoted me correctly, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm continuing. And then Kiza was the fifth one who said we bring her. Number 6 was Desiree, who said we summon her on the 22nd on the conditions that they come with the DG. And this is after that you had said that she does have a DM dealing with GBV, and what she's saying is an excuse. That's what you would have said. So those are the people who had said we bring the minister back here. No, hold on. No. So there's a lot of lobbying here. Hold on. So you are saying I must not summarize the meeting? Then,
Chair, can I just help you on reporting? You said I was the first one I was the first
Yeah.
one who you read made a proposal
Yeah.
to bring her back.
Yeah,
On the 22nd, because she offered those 2 dates.
yeah,
Now, the 23rd is the appropriation bill. We have to be present.
yeah,
The 22nd, you can have a committee whilst there is a plenary.
yeah.
There's no 3-line whips or voting or whatever the case may be. And she offered that. So give her the benefit of the doubt. She wants the 22nd, we'll give it. If she then doesn't pitch, but we're not going to buy time for her after the 26th.
Yeah.
22nd, apology.
No
So that was why I made that proposal.
No, you and I are aligned, Desiree. We're on the same page.
Yay.
We're on the same page. I'm making, what are you saying, Kaka?
Thank you, Chairperson. Hanzo Nkludisa. The point that I want to make here is this. The agreement is that Nkabane cannot run away from us forever. She is the one
Yeah,
who
let's
created.
not make
Well,
political
I'm not
statements.
making
No,
a political
no,
statement.
you
You're
are.
allergic to anything that comes out of my mouth.
No,
Leje.
but Kaka, listen.
No.
No,
You can't, if you are
no,
going,
listen.
allow me to finish my
No,
sentence and then
no.
interject. Then you can decide what
You're
I'm
doing a
saying.
political statement. You
not.
don't have.
The
don't have
point
time
is
for
that
that.
the minister
So you
cannot.
are responding to
Listen,
what I'm proposing.
Chairperson.
No, you're going, I'm the presiding
No.
officer. Close your mind. Close your mind.
When somebody else says
Close
it,
your
it
mind.
sounds perfectly fine.
Close your mind.
That's the point I'm
Close your
making.
mind.
No,
I'm
Chairperson.
warning you, Honorable Kaka.
No,
Close your
Chairperson,
mind.
you are doing this deliberately
Close
because
your
you
mind.
do not want to
No,
have
I'm
a fair
warning you.
process on the process.
I'm warning you. Close your
No.
mind. Yeah. So anybody I've given here, they've been commenting on the summary I've been making. Don't come here and make a political statement. There's on the commenter, no, the commenter about the minister running away. Don't shout at me. No, don't shout at me. You see, I've warned you once. So you are I'm allowing you to comment only on the summary I've made. I've given you a time to speak. You did not speak on what I've proposed that we speak on. You made political statements. And no one is going to make a political statement on this summary that I've made. I want you to, when you say, Chair, this is what you proposed, or this is what members spoke about, and this is your summary, this is what I suggest we do. That's what Desiree did. She said, she asked, no, you're making a political statement, and I'm not going to give you to speak. Because I don't have time for political statements. You are very serious. So this is how we're going to close on this matter. Desiree will try the 22nd, will apply. But if it does not happen, we'll check with the office. If we can't do, no, Monday we can't do, it's political party day, it's a constituency, we can't, that one is a long process. Will not win because I must first apply to George. George won't approve from your party. Yeah, no. So we'll try Tuesday, as she had indicated. Before we leave here, I would have made sure that at least we have submitted our application. If not, we'll either try Thursday afternoon or Friday morning, but it will be by end of next week would have concluded the matter. These are the views of the members. So this one we have closed with members. We are going to continue on this thing. No,
Order, you said you're dealing with the summary, and this is what I was trying to caution you on.
no.
There's another element
asked
of the
you-
ethics that's
Who asked
missing
you-
behind.
who asked you to open your mind?
Wabana, what you're doing to me, you should
But
be
who
able to
asked
do
you
with
to-
everybody else. You're
who
not going
asked
to
you to open your
victimize
mind?
me because you don't like me.
Who asked you to open your mind?
Chairperson,
I'm
you're
only- close
asking
your
us.
mic.
No,
No.
Chair.
Close your
When
mic.
other people open their mics,
Close
do
your
not
mic.
fight. When Karabo Larato Kakao does it,
Close your
all hell
mic.
breaks loose.
You see, I'm warning you now for the 5th time. I'm warning you for the 5th time. We are not going to do that here. This is the 5th time I've warned you. Honorable Lonzi. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying you must. Honorable Law, on this, on the summary that I'm saying, what are you saying?
Chair, due to the recent conundrum and much more misunderstandings, I want to echo that we relook onto the proposal because I would have proposed ethics given the fact that we've exonerated all the avenues and They were about a mixture of members saying we should. So I'm proposing we revote on the matter to say that given the fact that we've rejected the approach of the minister, we can't be considering a date if we've rejected the approach of the minister. And then thirdly, we are saying because this matter now is a serious matter and we've concluded on to it, there are elements of sabotage where there were members who have sent letters not to come. We take the matter to ethics with the evidence we have and we summon the plea and then we continue with the committee so we don't delay the progress of making sure the department is going forward. That was my proposal. Thanks, Chair.
Yes, and I said there's two people who spoke on the issue of ethics. But when you say we must take the matter to ethics, what part are we submitting to ethics? What are we saying? Yeah, explain that part.
Chair, when you take a matter to ethics, initially it will be a matter that you are misled. Ethics must investigate, and we've been bringing the matter too long as a committee. And as we are sitting here, there are letters of members of the panel, letters appointed by the minister, who are saying they were never part of the process who participated, as we've read the letters, and they are here also to give effect. And already, thirdly, Advocate Rulani has been told not to come to a parliamentary meeting as an act of sabotage. Now, I am saying, and I'm proposing that we refer the matter to ethics because it has all the apparatus and the tools to deal with such elements of behavior and conduct at a point where the committee has exhausted all avenues. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. So the committee members, they're saying we bring her on the 22nd, as per her letter pleading with us. So when we write to ethics, we then say we have exhausted all avenues. How when members just resolved that we bring her in that particular meeting. So that's the issue that we must then do, because if we bring her in, we'll still interrogate her version versus the version of the people, and that might make you lose in court when you open a case when you have not established the facts. Honorable Khabo.
Chairperson, I still maintain my view that you are selectively understanding our submissions in terms of our views. That's why I would still maintain my view that you must divide the House, because the two views that are before us are somehow related. Firstly, the proposal is that both the minister and the DG must be submitted to, must be taken to the ethics committee. The second proposal says that she must come on Tuesday. And out of all the members who have spoken here, both of them have touched on these two issues. It is my view that you are selectively choosing which one do you want to entertain. Divide the House and say that those who are saying that she must come on Tuesday, because from where I'm sitting, there is a view that there's no need for us to call the minister on Tuesday because we have called her for the past three times and she did not come. It is for that reason that we must conclude that she must be taken to ethics committee, listen to the views of the panel members, take note of their submission as part of the package to the ethics committee. So divide the House on two issues. Whether the meeting must sit on Tuesday or the matter must be taken straight to ethics committee. So that we conclude this matter, Chairperson.
Thank you. Kakao.
Thank you, Chairperson. There is some sort of gray area between what Nkabane and I want to, and Nkabane is saying and what I want to say. This is the point I've been trying to make all along. So us taking minister to the ethics, which can come in a form of a supplementary affidavit to the one I already submitted to ethics, does not have to be dependent on whether we meet her on Tuesday or not. No, she's been defiant. She comes as she pleases. She tells us information when she wants, and when she doesn't, she doesn't. Her not coming today again is a clear case example of her trying to run away from the accountability mechanisms of this House. So on the basis of that, this committee is empowered and well within their thinking to send her to ethics on that matter of principle that Law is talking about, full stop. So we are still able to run the process of ethics concurrently with us meeting her on Tuesday, in the same way that I, on behalf of the DA, have submitted an ethics complaint to her about her that is currently being investigated, but we're still able to engage with her in this committee. So they are not mutually exclusive processes that must be considered. I think the general mood here is that she must come back. We want that because she can't run away. She must be able to come before this committee and explain her lies. But at the same time, there's a second proposal on the table that says while she comes, she must also be tested at ethics. I think that's where we are.
Honorable Sol, sorry, I saw your hand here.
It will be a lie if we say we have exhausted all possible mechanisms before we take it to ethics. That's a lie. The mechanisms available to the committee, the last resort is a subpoena. And we are now behaving like ethics is an appeal court from this committee process. Ethics is a parliamentary process. So it's not correct to say that we have exhausted all mechanisms. I maintain, let us focus on our responsibility as a committee. The minister said she's available on the 22nd. Let us see if we can bring the minister on that date. And also how we posture ourselves is also a problem. The reason why we are treated like we have no power, we behave like it. If you are available, that's not what the constitutional function here is for our role. It's not if you are available. When the committee calls you to account under reasonable circumstances, you must make yourself available. We must stop having this tame posture, but we must show respect to one another. But let's use the powers given to us, not for our sake, for the sake of South Africans. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I had invited legal for a reason. I'll consult with them for 5 minutes. But what we are not going to do, Honorable Khakha, is to this committee to submit a supplementary in your application of that's your political party thing. Go deal with it that way. This committee will not be submitting any supplementary document in the ethics committee. We're not going to do so. If the committee takes a decision that we must go that way, we will start our own as a committee because we're not a youth movement of your political party. It's not going to happen. That's the first thing I want to do. But secondly, you must not, I think Honorable Souls is correct, but I'll consult legal on the proposal of taking the matter to, you see, the reason why I was asking, when you take a matter to ethics, you must be certain of what you are asking there. It's different. Now, we can continue with the matter, in my view, because we have, as the committee, we have never subjected the minister to any other committee. But once you do that, you must then be careful. And this is what legal, I'll sit down. If the committee takes a decision to say, we are taking the minister to ethics because we believe she has misled the committee, tomorrow she will have, in my view, a legitimate legal defense to say, why do they then want me to come up here before them on the same matter when they've referred it somewhere? You can't do it. For me, legally, it doesn't make sense. But I said, I'll consult with legal. But what you are asking us to do is to shoot ourselves in the. If we say we take it to ethics, it means we're no longer proceeding ourselves, because then you'll be subjecting the minister to currently we can, because it's not our submission to ethics. It's a DA submission. They can deal with it there. But if it's a committee, if the committee takes that decision here, the minister will have a legitimate reason to say to you, but you are trialing me twice on one matter. I don't know what they call it in legal terms, but there must be something. But I'm going to consult with legal, and then from there we'll come back and take a decision on the matter. So we'll take a 5-minute break. I know Honorable Buti Manamela has had apologized because he has a program, a Mandela Day program, where he has offered to cut his hair there for 67 minutes. So where he's going to, but now we're late for him. So I'm just, before we consult with legal, I'm going to ask, because your resolution on the meeting of the 18th that said we must invite them so that they indicate what was their role. And that is primarily why they're here. So I think we've kept them long enough. We must ask them to clarify whether they played any role, and then receiving Deputy Minister Gondo is coughing. Maybe she also has a medical certificate she wants to present, but maybe let's allow them to indicate to us what was their role, and then we'll release them, and then
Sure, I would do ownership.